Elliott Serrano and Jose Melendez coming to you from Streamwood, Illinois, in the bunker, here on the Comic Culture Warrior YouTube channel. If this is the first segment you're tuning in and you're wondering, what the hell, what happened to the wall of comics?
It'll be back next week.
It'll be back next time, yes. All right, so we've looked at some good books, and this is really funny. Damn if Marvel hasn't really been doing some really good stuff right now, so kudos to the creative teams that are putting together some really solid product. The world is changing, my friends, because yet again, I bought a Wolverine book, and I don't buy Wolverine.
Yeah. Well, you bought Wolverine Weapon X #1 when it came out.
Well, Weapon X #1,
because it was Jason Aaron.
Because it was Jason Aaron, and I really enjoyed it. By the way, I know you weren't crazy about it, but I did enjoy it. And then this issue of Wolverine number 73.
And no, guess what? You did not miss an issue of Wolverine because the last issue to come out was 71. So where is number 72? You might ask. Well, number 72 is not coming out because the fucker Mark Millar hasn't finished it. And
I thought it was Steve McNiven hasn't finished it yet.
Well, okay, so look at Kick-Ass. That book is like on issue 6, and it's been over a year and a half. And that's not John Romita Jr.'s fault. Because John Romita Jr. can put out shit like that.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm gonna...
You're gonna put it on Mark Millar?
I'm gonna put it on Mark Millar because that guy is blowing himself because he's doing his Kick-Ass movie and he thinks his shit doesn't stink. And
but I don't get why.
Well, that series should have been done already.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been what, over a year?
I thought
only 6 issues have come out.
And they had insisted that the book was done. Oh no, I'm thinking about Ultimates. Although, what the fuck with Ultimates?
Ultimatum, you mean?
No, not Ultimatum. The other. No, I'm sorry, Fantastic Four. I'm getting all screwed up. With Brian Hitch. Brian Hitch is supposed to be way ahead on Fantastic Four.
Well, that's gonna end soon. I think that's gonna end with a double-sized issue just to get all that shit done.
But anyway, we digress. Wolverine number 73 came out, and it's 2 stories. One by Jason Aaron and Andy Kubert, and the second one by Daniel Way and Tommy Edwards. Tommy Lee Edwards. I'm sorry, Tommy Edwards.
Who did the art for 1985.
1985.
Another abhorrent.
Another Mark Miller thing.
Mark Miller piece of shit.
But I read this, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is a book, like the first story, the Jason Aaron story, is going to take you all of 5 minutes to read it, if that. And yet, it is probably one of the more enjoyable quick reads that you could have. Really, the story in itself isn't that deep. Okay, it's not
It's deeper than a Bendis comic. That's for sure.
And for all the decompression that Bendis does in one of his books, Jason Aaron packs a lot of stuff into this story because he's basically poking fun at how Logan is in every fucking place at once. How it seems he is everywhere with all these different teams doing all these different things, and he's just there. And it's, what is it? 2 weeks in the life of Logan. Something like that?
I think it's longer, actually. I think it's 1 week. Start the second one, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay.
So like almost 4 weeks, like almost a month.
Almost an entire month in Logan's life, told in 11 pages.
And this is only part 1.
That's true. But it's really, really well done. And for those who wonder how the fuck does Logan get all over the place,
they don't need to explain how. I mean, he's just like one day he's somewhere, and the next day he's like halfway around the world. But they never say really how he gets there.
Yeah,
which is pretty funny.
He just happens to be there. I love how he's with the X-Force one moment, and then he's with the X-Men.
Yeah, this page right here.
Yeah, and it's just really well done. He's teaming up with Spider-Man on one day and Deadpool on another day, and it's funny how eerily similar Deadpool and Spider-Man are.
Yeah, way too similar, redundant.
Really, but it's still it was a fun book. It's a fun read, and
MODOK, bunch of MODOKs in here too, and you can never go wrong with MODOK.
Awesome. And then you get to the second story again, which is, know what? It's funny though. What is funny? the second story, the Daniel Way story, read more like a Jason Aaron story. And the Jason Aaron story read more like a Daniel Way story.
Because in the first one, it's like Wolverine it's all out action for Wolverine.
Right.
And so, but the second, it's all a lot of setup and story with Wolverine really not even maybe popping his claws until the very last
Until the
page.
very end. And there's a lot of character and bikers. I mean, this really felt like a Jason Aaron story.
It did.
So I have to say, Daniel Way really impressed me with this one.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Daniel Way. I will be the first to admit that. But now have gotten on the Deadpool bandwagon with this new series and actually enjoying the Deadpool stuff that Daniel Way is doing on there. And then reading this story, I'm like, maybe I should cut the guy some fucking slack because this story was actually really, really well done.
Or maybe they wrote each other's story, and then just to make it just to throw us a curve to maybe that first story was Daniel Way's, and then Aaron said, "Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll put your name on mine if you put my name on yours." I don't know. Regardless, this was a very well put together issue of Wolverine. A character that is sorely overexposed, and many of you agree. You guys have seen it. You're commenting about it on the boards. He's just too all over the place, and but this is a book that really takes advantage of the character.
Yeah, and I do have to say though, one of my favorite lines so far this year though is when Wolverine in the Jason Aaron story, Wolverine at the very end here is with what's her name in Japan. Noriko? Yukio. Noriko. Mm-hmm. Yukio and...
Wasn't Noriko his old flame?
Yeah, I think that's who it was. So, they do the horizontal mambo, and then Wolverine is getting up to leave, and then she goes to him, she's like, "Listen, Logan, I'm not an expert or anything, but I think this might be what a nervous breakdown looks like."
But
true. I'm not thinking, I'm like...
It's true!
You know what? Seriously, it seems like Wolverine's been running away from something because he's just constantly
always doing something.
And always doing something and keep himself just being stagnant.
Yeah.
Maybe not to want to think about something. And when I read that, I'm like, man, if Jason Aaron can just put another fucking layer onto Wolverine's character, and explain that would be awesome. Because if he really is having a nervous breakdown and all this shit's going on, that would be a very interesting story.
And Daniel Way even does something similar to that effect in the second story, when he has to deal with a biker gang, and the leader of that biker gang is having, issues with his son. Mm-hmm. And Wolverine says, I'm going to try to do for him what I can't do for my own kid. So
again, that's another layer character moment.
So it's something that I would like for them to explore a little more. Really, that's what you should be doing in the Wolverine book, is exploring his character more, because you
not telling a fucking story from the future that has no impact on current continuity.
And it's taking forever to tell. So good book. Well, we spent a little bit longer on this than we expected, so let's end this here. When we come back, we have even more positive reviews. So I don't know if you guys are going to like this, but it's what it is. So we'll see you then.